All right, welcome back to Guitar Wishes and your Guitar Wish of the Day. This is Lee coming to you once again from beautiful downtown Lincolnton, North Carolina in our Guitar Wishes facility. And today what we're going to do, it's a beautiful day outside, we're going to go and visit the neighbors again. That's right, we're going to visit the neighbors and pop in on a store that we walked past last week. You guys ready? Let's go. All right, so we stopped here last week, but today we're going to walk in and check out GameSwap and Mike Payne. Let's go. All right, today we've come down to visit our friend on the square, Mr. Mike Payne, who is President and CEO of GameSwap here in Lincolnton. And what a great place to come if you like comic books, if you like video games, any kind of pop culture, wrestling we talk about quite a bit. And if anything in that realm, Mike is your man. If you ever need anything having to do with any of those pop culture references, come on down to GameSwap. Mike's your man. How you doing, man?
Thank you.
Oh man, thank you so much for being here and for letting us come in and talk to you today. We've known each other a long time.
Yes.
Long time. You originally started down the street.
Yeah, just right down on Aspen.
Yeah, a smaller store.
Yes, very small.
But it took off pretty quick, didn't it?
Yes, within a year we had outgrown it.
You know, now what happened? What was the boom? What's happened to where you said we're gonna have to have a bigger place?
I guess the lack of having like a true video game store and a comic book shop and everything toys rolled into one. You know, there was a huge gap, huge hole for that here in town. And of course the video games, you know, obviously everything was huge. You know, the PS4 just come out, the Xbox One, so it was blowing up.
Right. So you saw a resurgence in video games.
Yes, for sure.
In general.
For sure.
Yeah, and so and I'm assuming that video games is still your top seller.
Absolutely, and always will be.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Now, do you see more used versus new? Do people come in and seek out the used stuff versus new stuff?
Yes. Yes. Anything that's really cost-wise saves.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If they can get a good game at a better price, they're going to go for that for sure.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, and one of the things I like about the shop is your openness to selling homemade art.
Yes, that's always been.
Artists come in, and I'm seeing quite a bit of stuff here that is made by local artists.
Yes,
and has that helped business? Do you see that moving as well?
For sure. I know we have two sisters that do a lot of perler bead art, and that always does very, very well. They do everything from the 8-bit stuff, a lot of pop culture stuff, a lot of video game stuff, kind of turn it into like the 8-bit style with perler beads. Those are always huge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of art on the wall as well.
Yeah.
Now who does that?
A lot of local artists. Anywhere from kids to adults, you know, just the pieces that they do. Sure. That couldn't get it out anywhere else, but you know, it's like, hey, could you do something with this? Could you put this up, or you know, even sell it? Right. And you do video game console repair too. Some. Right. I know a lot of the newer stuff is it's time consuming.
Right.
So a lot of the stuff that I work on are the older systems, the retro systems.
Right, which again are seeing a resurgence these days. Yeah, and now the old arcade games, people used to go into the mall, walk into Time Out, that's where I was hanging out when I was a kid, and playing video games at the arcade. Now, I know you've got some back here in the back. Have those seen a resurgence as well, and do you work on those? Do you sell those?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, yes, and yes. It's so funny because the idea that I had to start GameSwap actually came out of an arcade, wanting to do an old school type arcade.
Right.
That's what I originally wanted to do.
Really.
And the more I thought about it, it's like, well, that is not really going to generate any income.
Right.
Because you know, and then a couple of years later, the barcades took off. Huge. Right. Of course, you know, alcohol sales help in that a lot. Sure. You couldn't do it alone with just just
Right.
arcades.
Right.
But yeah, in the past few years, the retro scene for the arcades has really just taken off.
Wow, that's really cool. And one of the things I wanted to talk to everybody out there about and really spotlight is the convention you got coming up.
Yes.
And it seems like every year it's getting bigger and bigger.
Yes, it definitely is. The Be Our Hero Lincolnton Comic Con. This is our 3rd annual event, and it has gotten bigger every year. The first year we had it at the Citizen Center. There again, you never know how something's going to go, or you know, how people are going to react to it.
Sure.
We outgrew that place that day.
Wow.
Yeah. So we had to think in a bigger term, and Lincoln High School was definitely that next. Okay, we'll have enough room for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And definitely filled it up last year. This year I took and moved some stuff around and was able to actually put in more tables, more spots for this year.
Right. What are you seeing as far as vendors go? And when people come to the Be a Hero here in Lincolnton,
yes,
what can they expect versus what they're going to find at just your normal run-of-the-mill Comic-Con?
Anything different? Well, besides the fact that it's not just a promoter putting it on.
Right.
That all the proceeds, everything from it, the booth rentals, the ticket sales, everything that's generated from it. Of course, the vendors, they keep their vendor, their sales.
Sure.
They keep that, but everything is generated from the ticket sales and the booth rentals. All go 100% go back to communities and schools.
Yeah, see, that's something nobody else does. I mean, when you're dealing with promoters versus somebody that's just got a heart for the community and reaching out to the community, that's what's important about this thing and what it's going to support.
Exactly.
That's why it's successful.
Right.
That's what people can expect. So again, the Be a Hero Comic-Con is going to be at Lincolnton High School. What's the date?
July 20th.
July
from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m.
It's going to be a great time. So if you have any interest in pop culture, comics, anything having to do with video games, they're going to be able to find. Yeah, wrestling.
Or horror related, anything. Just basically anything you can think of.
Yeah.
It's going to be there.
There's going to be something for everybody.
Yes.
So Lincolnton High School, July 20th, the Be a Hero Comic Con. And we're here again at Game Swap in downtown Lincolnton on the square. Come on in and see Mike. His beautiful daughter runs around the store sometimes. Victoria, and
she runs the place.
She runs the place. That's right. And again, thank you so much.
Hey,
it's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
Come on out and see Mike. And this is Lee, and I'll talk to you soon. Great time. I love going out and visiting the neighbors. Thank you so much for joining Guitar Wishes on the road again as we go out and visit the neighbors here in downtown Lincolnton. Had a great time with Mike down at Game Swap. If you want to know more about his comic convention, it's a great thing he's doing. Go check out Game Swap for that. July 20th, the Be a Hero Comic Con at Lincolnton High School. Go check out GuitarWishes.com, of course, our Facebook site, and like and subscribe this video if you haven't done so already. And be sure and punch that notification bell. What? Hayden.
Smash that like button and notification bell.
So smash it. So you'll be informed of new content uploaded daily. And for Lee, I'm out. I'll talk to you soon.
Wait. I'm a superhero. I swear, y'all haven't seen the last Uncle Steve. Stay tuned. Hey, I'm a superhero. I want in on that. I want